Today I would like to talk to you on the subject, the 5 levels of leadership. In my book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I talk about the law of influence. The law of influence basically says the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. You see, the number one question I think of a leader who really wants to lead others is this question: how do I increase my influence with people? In other words, very simple. If I'm to be a good leader, if I'm to be an effective leader, I have to influence people. And I spent a lot of time helping people understand that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, and that if you really want to increase your leadership ability, increase your influence ability. That's really key. In fact, I wrote a book a few years ago that just talked to you about how to increase your influence. It's called Becoming a Person of Influence. I talk about 10 ways to increase your influence in that book because I want to help people understand that as you increase your influence, you increase your leadership. Leadership's not title, it's not position, it's influence. Nothing more, nothing less. In this session, I'm going to share with you the 5 levels of leadership. And when I talk about the 5 levels of leadership, I could just as well be talking about the 5 levels of influence. I use those two words interchangeably. So for your notes and in your workbook, I'm going to walk you through the 5 levels of leadership, and I'm going to try to help you to understand how to go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4, someday eventually perhaps even be what I call a step 5 influential leader. Let's go to the first step. Let's go completely down to the ground floor. On level number 1, the key word is position. You see, at this level, you have a certain position. You have a job. You have a job description. You have a title. People have given you a position of which, in that position, you have certain rights. In fact, beside the first step position, put the word rights, R-I-G-H-T-S, because what I want you to understand about level number 1 is, at this level, people follow you because they have to. In other words, they follow you because, you're the boss. You've got the paycheck. What is sad is, many times I run into people who think that if they have a position of leadership, that is the ultimate of leadership. But it's not. In fact, it's okay, but it's level number 1. It's where you start. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with starting at level number 1. We all start at level number 1. But what's sad is when I run into people who are stuck on level number 1. They're still trying to lead people by position. They're still trying to say, this is my job and your job is to follow me. And they're frustrated because what happens is people will follow you, but they don't want to follow you. They only do that because you have leverage on them. Let me ask you this question. How many of you have ever had a boss, ever had to follow somebody that wasn't a good leader? You know exactly what it's like. You hate it. You hate it because you maybe see farther than they see, you perhaps know more than they know. It's not any fun. And when you're at level number 1, it's a starting level, but that's all it is, and it's nothing more. So as I go over here to level number 1 for a moment, I want you to understand this. This is where we all start. If you have started there, it's okay, but you don't want to stay there. This is the foundation of your influence. This is the foundation of your leadership. It certainly is not the end. So let's go to level number 2. You see, level number 2 is the permission level. And at level number 2, the permission level, the key word is relationships. It's at this level that people follow you, not because they have to. They're now following you and they're following me because they want to. This is a wonderful level to be on. Let me explain this level for a moment. You see, at this level, you like people and people like you. I found out a long time ago that people won't go along with you if they can't get along with you. And again, every one of us have known people that we worked with or worked for that we didn't like. And it's not any fun to follow people that you don't like. It's just not any fun. And yet I have found that at this level number 2, they begin to like you and you begin to like them. And sometimes, I sometimes call this the second mile level, because at level number 2, People stay longer. Maybe they stay after work. If you're in a major project, they don't go home at 5. They may stay till 7, 7:30 at night. They may come in the next morning to 6:30 in the morning. Why? Because there's a connection. There's a relationship. They like you. You like them. They'll go the second mile with you. It's a wonderful level to be on. I would say one more thing about the second level before we go to the third. Whenever I talk to people who want to increase their leadership and want to certainly increase their level of influence, I share with them that they need to work hard on their people skills. It is true. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And your ability to connect with people, such as in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, where I teach about the law of connection, where leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. Your ability to connect with people, your ability at level number 2 to relate well to people is absolutely huge in your success. Now, if you do that well, there's a high chance you can get to level number 3. Level number 3 is called the production level. And at level number 3, the key word is results. What you're going to find at level number 3 is people follow because of what you have done for the organization. They follow you, they follow me because of what we have done for the organization. Now, this is absolutely huge. In other words, they basically describe you kind of like this. Before John came to this organization, we financially weren't doing good. Our bottom line wasn't good. Our profit wasn't what it should be. Now, all of a sudden, the profit's getting good. The bottom line's a lot better. The morale's up. Now, when they start talking about you in terms of endearment and kind of with a sense of respect, you know that you're on level number 3 because the company is growing because you're leading. Now, at level number 3, the production level, something wonderful happens to your organization. At level number 3, momentum kicks in. This is where you get the big mo going for you. This is where you get this winning feeling. You get this winning environment, this winning atmosphere. You're kind of ready to take on anything that's in front of you. You're ready for a new challenge, a bigger challenge. Why? Because you're getting success now under your belt. People are feeling good about themselves. People are feeling good about you as the leader. A lot of self-confidence, good attitudes. All this happens at level number 3 when you begin to produce for your organization. Now, a lot of times, and sadly, I see this happen all the time in organizations, a lot of companies stop at level number 3. They think getting some bottom line profits and just having good morale is kind of the essence of what the company should be all about. But I'm here to tell you, as I teach leadership all across the country and literally internationally, my goal is not just to get you to level 3, because if you get to level 3, you're doing well, but there's so much more potential that you have. I want you to go to level number 4. In fact, it's my goal to get you to level number 4. You see, the 4th level of leadership, the 4th level of influence is the people development level. And at level number 4, when you're developing people, the key word is reproduction. Now you're beginning to reproduce yourself. In fact, I want to make sure you understand the difference in these levels. You see, at level number 4, the people development level, people follow you because of what you have done for them. Now notice the difference. At level number 3, people follow you because of what you've done for the organization. At level number 4, that people follow you because of what you've done for them. Now, all of a sudden, you're developing your people. You're making them better. You're training them. You're equipping them. You're building into their life. You're adding value to them. Here's the difference. If I belong to the XYZ company, and at level number 3, you've been the leader now for 5 or 6 years, and we're making good profits, and we're all collecting some good dividends and decent salaries, the whole deal. I really follow you as a leader because of what you've done for the organization. But let me tell you, you come to me and you say, John, I want to develop you as a person. I want to develop you as a leader. I want to train you. I want to equip you. I want to make you better. And all of a sudden, you start as one of the leaders of the XYZ company. You begin to pour your life into me. Now, let me say something. 6 months, 8 months, a year from now, wow, I begin to grow. Man, my wife says, John, you're getting to be a good leader. And the people in my department, they're doing better with me, and I'm doing better with them. Now, let me tell you something. At level number 4, when you start developing me, and at level number 4, when you start developing the people in your organization, let me tell you what happens there. Just as at level number 3, momentum kicks in and the company's feeling good about itself, at level number 4, loyalty becomes a key factor. You see, at level number 4, because you're developing people, they become very loyal to you because they begin to see themselves and say, I am much better now than I used to be. I'm performing at a higher level. I'm getting a better return. And they'll look to you and they'll give you the credit. Now I want to stop here for a moment because my commitment in teaching leadership is to always get you to level number 4. Because here's what I know. If you have the position or the title, and if you relate well with people and they like you and you like them and so you get along so you can go along, and if you're giving good bottom line results to the company that you're working with, and if you're developing people, you are now beginning to layer your leadership in such a way that you have a foundation that you can do incredible things for yourself, for others, and for your company. And at level number 4, I've been privileged to be there for many years with a lot of key players in my companies. And I can tell you, how I feel toward them and how they feel toward me, no feeling can replace. I love them. I believe in them. Their success becomes my success. I laugh with them. I cry with them. We take trips together. We enjoy being together. There's a relationship that you get at level number 4 that's much better than level number 2. And let me explain the difference. At level number 2, when we're having a good relationship, we just like each other. At level number 4, we not only like each other, we're having success experiences together. And we have stories to tell. We have victories to talk about. We have battles that we were in that we won. And we're just building a huge, huge kind of group team resume of the successes that we've had together. And it's a great level to get on. Now, let me say something about these levels. Level number 1 is given to you. You join a company. Levels 2, 3, and 4, you must earn. If you do the middle 3 correctly, if you relate well with people, if you produce, if you develop others, if you do those first 3, if those middle 3 well, let me tell you what happened. Just as the first one is given to you by the company, here's what I love. The last level will be given to you by the people. For level number 5 is the personhood level. And the key word is respect. You see, at level number 5, people follow because of who you are and because of what you represent. In other words, let me explain it to you this way. You have done it so well with so many for so long that after a while you find they are literally lifting you on their shoulders. It's almost like the team does for a winning coach after they win a championship, and they pick them up and carry them off the field. To be truthful with you, if you do those first 4 levels well, there's a time when your people will pick you up. You never need to declare that you're on level number 5. The people declare it for you. It's a wonderful level to be on. Somebody says, well, how do I get to level number 5? It's very simple. Do the first 4 levels well. If you do the first 4 levels well, number 5 is automatic.